Have you ever put in a hard day's work and just felt unappreciated? Hey, thank you guys for being here today. My name is Lena Terada, and today I'll be presenting tipping etiquette in the United States. The main reason that we work is to make money, and if you put in the hours and you work very hard, you always come home with a steady paycheck. In the serving industry, that is not always the case. I'm a server, and from experience, I can tell you that even when I work hard and I put in the hours, I don't always walk out with what I think I deserve. Many people don't understand the importance of great tipping etiquette in the United States because they don't understand how it works or why we tip. I'm here today to explain how tipping was formalized, how much a person should tip for either good or bad service, and how communication can resolve almost any situation. Why should we tip at restaurants? Tipping became a common practice in the United States in the 1960s. Around this time, Congress passed new regulations on federal minimum wages and decided that servers who receive at least $30 per month in tips only need a minimum wage of $2.13 per hour. $2.13 per hour. This regulation is what made tipping in the United States popular. People realize that servers do not make enough just based off their tips, or just based off their minimum wage, and should be tipped for the hard work that they put into making guest visits legendary. This means that even being a full-time server, we generally make around $85.20 a week. As it says in the online article, Tipping in the United States by an American. This is not including the taxes that are taken out per paycheck. Once all the taxes are taken out, I usually do not have a paycheck and my income is based solely off my tips. Again, my income is based solely off my tips. So now that you know why you should tip at restaurants, I will explain how much a person should tip based off good or bad service. When deciding how much to tip your server, there are a couple things to think about. First, most people tend to tip based off their server's personality, attitude, hustle, and the quality of their service. This is really important when determining the tip because if your server really wants that great tip, they will put in the hard work to make sure that you are taken care of. Then again, it's a good idea to see what your server is doing when they are not at your table. Because although you are one of their main priorities, they do have a couple other tables to take care of and are typically under quite a bit of stress, especially during a rush or if they have a large party. Again, that is a couple of tables, not just yours. Most servers will take care of you as fast as possible though. So now that you know what to look for when determining the tip, you're probably wondering what is a good or bad tip. The average tip for a server is between 15 and 20% of the total bill. As it says in Tipping Etiquette in the United States, when determining the tip, customers factor the quality of service received. If the waitstaff gave you a great experience, you might want to reciprocate with an exceptionally great tip. Like I said before, a standard tip is 15%, but 18 to 25% is a good rule of thumb, as it states in Tipping in the United States by an American. One question that is frequently asked about tipping is that if you do have bad service, are you required to leave a tip? Again, in the article Tipping in the United States by an American, it says you don't have to tip, but leave something. Everyone has a bad day at work. Typically, tipping less than 15% is considered to be a bad tip. However, you should still tip if the service is not great. They will know you are unhappy. Lastly, did you know that communication can resolve almost any situation and turn a bad service and make it into a great one? Communication with your server is very important. Once they know that a mistake has been made or something is wrong, a good server will resolve the issue as smoothly as possible. Notice I said a good server will resolve the issue. If they don't even try, then you should know how much you want to tip. Regardless, the more you communicate with your server on what you need, the better your service will be. In the article Tipping in the US, it says if your service is bad enough to deserve only 10% or less, it's a good idea to let the manager know. If you tell a manager that you're not receiving the service that you believe you deserve before you're ready for the check, then notice I said before you're ready for the check, almost every time they will be able to resolve the issue or situation and attempt to provide you with the best service possible. Thus, when you communicate with your server, the service you receive will be much better, and you may even want to leave a better than average tip. Therefore, tipping etiquette in the US is something that everyone should be informed on and is important to be aware of how and why tipping was formalized, how much a person should tip based off good or bad service, and the importance of communication. Again, when you put in a hard day's work, you know how much you're coming home with, whereas servers are never sure. So, tip well, my friends.
Praise.